The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
And I was just thinking how much I like Texans. One reason, they don't mess around with our Second Amendment rights. All this stuff coming lately from the White House to take away the good guys' freedom and the right to protect ourselves, with the most naive notion that the bad guys who ignore the laws, that all of a sudden they're going to follow some new laws. Yeah, it's not about the bad guys. No, it's all about the lead. It's like solely that chunk of metal did the crime. That's like saying solely that fork made me fat. And background checks, yeah, I guess to learn more about a person's thinking and associations and intentions. More background checks. Dandy idea, Mr. President. Should have started with yours. CPAC. I'm so happy to be here, and it feels like it's coming home, even though it is only my second time here, but kind of feel like I'm getting the hang of it already. I can spot those liberal media folk here to write their annual Conservatives in Crisis story. How many of you guys are here? Raise your hands. Come on. Raise your hands. Be proud. You're loud. We're used to it. Certainly, you're not ashamed to raise it high. Really, don't worry, we would never dream of making you wait outside on the party bus. It is an honor to be here. We can come together, folks, for an adult conversation about the future of our country, and heaven knows we need this. So much of what passes for our national conversations these days is anything but. Remember No Drama Obama? If only. Now it's all drama Obama. We don't have leadership coming out of Washington. We have reality television. Except it's really bad reality TV, and the American people tuned out a long time ago. Entertainment TV is a good description of what's going on in D.C. because more than ever, it all feels like a put-on. Every event feels calculated to fool us somehow. So every speech feels like a con. Washington politicians, too many of both parties, have a bad habit of focusing on the process of politics instead of the purpose of politics, which is to lead and to serve. Even our guys in the GOP too often have a habit of reading their stage directions, especially these days. They're being too scripted, too calculated. They talk about rebuilding the party. How about rebuilding the middle class? They talk about rebranding the GOP instead of restoring the trust of the American people. Now, we can't just ignore, though, that we just lost a big election. Yeah, came in second out of 2. Second position on the dog sled team, it's where the view never changes, and the view ain't pretty. But we need to figure out then, our job, what will we do next? As we go about that, as we talk to one another and listen to what the speakers have to say, let's be clear about one thing. We're not here to rebrand a party. We're here to rebuild a country. We're not here to dedicate ourselves to new talking points coming from D.C. We're not here to put a fresh coat of rhetorical paint on our party. We're not here to abandon our principles in a contest of government giveaways. That's a game we will never, ever win. We're here to restore America, and the rest is just theatrics. The rest is sound and fury. It's just making noise. And that sums up the job President Obama does today. Now, he's considered a good politician, which is like saying Bernie Madoff was a good salesman. The difference being the president is using our money. And while the middle-class Americans, while we're breaking their budgets, the Democrat-controlled Senate refuses to pass a budget. That was how many years ago that they did? How many trillions in debt ago? All in violation of Article 1, Section 9, Clause 7 of our U.S. Constitution. No budget for 4 years. No budget for 4 years is not just bureaucratic bungling. Refusing to pass a budget is government refusing to declare what it intends to do with the people's money. Barack Obama promised the most transparent administration ever. Barack Obama, you lie.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.